Hey guys, you're watching BTech. I'm Basil and this is the Huawei P40 Pro Plus, a £1,299, €1,399 phone. It's expensive. It's got to have like groundbreaking world first tech in it for Huawei to charge this much. Yes, it does. In fact, I'd go so far as to say this is the best camera phone that I have ever used in my life. And I've used the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, so keep watching to find out more about the camera. But before I dive into this phone in more detail, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do. It's how you stay on top of everything that I do. I'm going to talk about the camera for the most part on this phone. But before I do, I'm going to give you a brief intro as to what you can expect in general. Now, from the front, this phone is a Huawei P40 Pro to a T. It's got a 6.58-inch display with the same resolution. That's somewhere between wide Full HD and wide Quad HD, over 440 pixels per inch, 90 Hz refresh rate, super smooth, not quite as smooth as the Galaxy S20 Ultra or indeed the OnePlus 8 Pro, but I didn't mind that too much. HDR10 support, it looks really good. Minimal bezels, but you do still have that ginormous punch hole camera on the left hand side, pill shape, that's just so big. Definitely will take some getting used to. You do get the best selfies of any smartphone camera I've used, admittedly, so it could be worth it. I found it really fine. But if you hate notches and punch holes, then this is a big one. Then you've got what's inside the screen. It's Emotion UI 10, and that's Huawei's operating system that makes a whole bunch of stuff super easy, like multitasking and floating windows. I can open a floating window like just by looking at it from the side. It's really nice and intuitive. But as much as Huawei has done to improve the situation with the lack of Google services, you are gonna feel it still. If you have an Android Wear smartwatch, you won't be able to use it with this because the Android Wear app is made by Google and they don't work together unless you have Google services on here. Then if you've got a business that runs with like Google Meet and Google Calendar, etc., they don't work either. So you really do want to do your homework before picking this up. It is definitely not going to be a phone for everybody, but if you don't need Google in your life, Huawei's done some really cool stuff to make getting apps on board here easier. There's obviously the app gallery, there's Phone Clone, which we've covered before, but there's a new one called Huawei Petal Search, which is like a find apps tool. And that scours third-party app stores in order to get apps on here like Facebook, WhatsApp, even if they aren't in the Huawei app gallery. So that's the MUI. We've talked about it a lot before. A lot of other sites have. Not going to dwell on it, but what I am going to talk about is what is around the back of this thing. For starters, you've got ceramic instead of glass. The ceramic back is around 80% as tough as sapphire glass. What I really liked about this white variant is it repels fingerprints beautifully. So I didn't feel I needed a case on here because I was using it, and between the hardiness and the fact that it always looks good, I was loving life. You've also got a pre-fitted screen protector on the front. So there's front protection, there's rear protection. I'm happy. In addition, the phone is IP68 water and dust resistant. I will say the ceramic will probably smash if you drop it on a surface. I don't know, I've never done it. But definitely I did notice that, and I can notice there are no micro scratches on here in the week I've been using it, putting it in pockets, etc. So the phone's design is virtually identical to the P40 Pro. It's a bit heavier at 226 grams, so like just over 10 grams heavier. It's around the same weight as an iPhone 11 Pro Max, but the internals are slightly different. You've got 512 gigabytes of storage as standard. Everything else, so the Kirin 990 processor, the 8 gigabytes of RAM, the 4200 milliamp battery, which lasts all day easily with excellent 40-watt fast charging, 40-watt wireless charging. All of that good stuff is here as well. Now let's talk about the cameras, because I know that's why you're really here. Introducing them, you've got the star of the show, which is that 10 times optical zoom. You've got an 8 megapixel resolution, which is ample. And you've also got a 260 millimeter focal length. Taking it back, you've got a roughly 80 millimeter focal length with the 3 times optical zoom camera. So you've got a 3 and a 10 times, and that's also 8 megapixels with an f2.4 aperture. Then you've got the primary 50 megapixel camera, which is what we've seen before on the Huawei P40 Pro and the Huawei P40, and it is banging across lighting conditions in plain automatic mode. And finally, there's that 40 megapixel ultra wide camera. Also RYYB sub-pixel formation as with the main camera, and it takes stunning wide angle photos and stunning video too. Now the telephoto camera is what I'm going to talk about the most, unsurprisingly. Photos taken with that 10 times zoom have depth of field, they have clarity, they look rich. Now this pixel, like you can see, it's a smaller sensor, like it doesn't have as much gorgeous tonal nuance as that 50 megapixel sensor. Of course it doesn't, but for a 10 times zoom, I was able to take pictures of bees. I was able to get closer to my cat than I would have and take really gorgeous crisp pictures of his fur without the need to disturb him. And that's all down to the fact that this has an unprecedentedly versatile optical zoom capability. In low light as well, you can combine night mode with that 10 times optical zoom for shutter speeds in excess of 40 seconds to grab great low light photos, even with telephoto functionality enabled, which isn't the case on all cameras. And the night mode on Huawei phones is much more powerful than that on Samsung phones, for example. And for those reasons, amongst others, the S20 Ultra just can't stack up to the P40 Pro Plus when it comes to zoom. And given Samsung's real inclination to process photos, sharpen them quite heavily, punch up the saturation, I for one prefer the Huawei P40 Pro across the board when it comes to how it makes photos look. When it comes to video, the main camera, or the ultra wide camera, which is the one that's the primary camera for video, does a really good job of holding everything steady. In low light, things crumble when you zoom in. So definitely don't think, amazing, I have this 10 times zoom camera, it's going to work for video in all lightings just like it will for photo. The 10 times zoom camera is not going to work as well in low light, whether it's photo or video if the phone is handheld. You do need to prop it up on a surface when the lights drop, but still, for the versatility you get out of it in 80% of lighting conditions that you're going to experience, I'm so impressed with what Huawei has done here. They really have broken the mold and done something different, and proven that despite all of the issues Huawei's having with its phones, it's still ahead of the pack when it comes to photography. So you might ask, is the Huawei P40 Pro Plus worth that €1,399, £1,299 asking price? I'd actually argue that isn't the real question. The real question is it the best camera phone in the world? And the answer is yes. If you've got the cash to splash and you want the best camera phone in the world, then get the P40 Pro Plus, as long as you're okay with the limitations around the Google services. If, however, you want the best Huawei phone in terms of value for money with amazing camera capabilities, the P40 Pro isn't far behind. And you've obviously also got the S20 Ultra in the middle if you want the best camera phone in terms of optical zoom and digital zoom, hybrid zoom with all of Google's solutions. Then you've got the Oppo Find X2 Pro. There are a lot of options, but out of all of them, if you just want the best camera, nothing can really do what this thing does. So hats off to Huawei. You've broken through the barrier of optical zoom on a smartphone without requiring a pop-out lens. I've loved my time with this phone. If you've got any questions about it, please fire them in the comments section below. And if you haven't hit that subscribe and bell already, please do. Thanks for watching BTech.